For now, Jim Randel is out with a series of books geared towards the digital age. They're called The Skinny On. There's 10 of them already, covering everything from time management, networking, and creativity. There's one of them right there, how to develop self-discipline, The Skinny On Willpower, and also we're going to talk about The Skinny On Success as well, right there. Jim Randel joining us now to talk about these unique books. Nice to have you here.
Thank you.
In from Westport. We're always delighted that folks coming in from Fairfield County. Talk about how this came up, because we were just talking during the break. In the last 18 months, you've written how many books?
10.
10 of them. Were they easy to write, or did you get past the first one and then the ideas just kept flowing and you realized that you had enough for a fairly potential long series here?
Well, let me give you the backdrop.
Please.
It's our premise that people in the digital era don't have the attention span, don't have the time to process and learn the way they have for 100 years before.
Sure.
And so it's changing the way our minds work and how we retain and keep information. So we've created this series to sort of mesh up with how people process and enjoy information. And there was a very viral sort of slideshow flying around the internet in late 2008. We looked at it, and I must have received it from 20 or 30 people, so I knew, wow. And it was stick people talking and irreverent, but very substantive. And that was the genesis of the first book.
I'm sorry, did you say something I was distracted? No, I'm kidding. It's a good point, though, because everyone's clicking and moving on, and it is very easy to get distracted. And this is now affecting work output. And at home, it's affecting, just kind of that attention to detail that I think, as you put, that it's been historically been in our lives for a long time.
Yeah.
Is it all of a sudden just gone?
Well, there's a word that the scientists use called plasticity, which says that your brain over time really does change. It's plastic, if you will. And it takes in information different depending on your environment. Now, we've had this digital era for, say, 20 years, and our brains are used to staccato presentation of information, which is, of course, how our books are designed.
Sure. Okay, let's talk about the books, because, again, 10 of them in the Skinny On series with more to come.
Yes.
Talk about the theme behind, the common theme behind them, if you will.
Well, the common theme behind them is that we're going to do all the homework for you. We're going to take in as much information as any humans can over the course of, say, a year, and we're going to condense it and put it into a format that will be easy for you to understand. It's about an hour or two read, and yet people tell us all over the world now, we're getting emails and snail mail say, wow, in just an hour or two read, I really, really get the subject, and I'm remembering what you wrote about.
And they're visual. There's a lot of boxes of information, even stick figures, if you will. Is that easy to makes it easy to focus on this stuff to get back into the A game, so to speak?
Well, let's talk about words have been around for 5,000 years.
Yes, they
Stick
have.
people, hieroglyphics for about 30,000 years.
Yeah.
So we're going primal. We're bringing people back to where they first learned and how they first retained information.
Just a couple of seconds left. Who are we aiming these books for? Because, I mean, the internet, I'm amazed at some kids in the new age, on the phones having conversations that, they can text it, bang, done. Is this really going to be a problem that you need to address kind of for the younger folks as they work their way into adulthood?
Well, we originally designed them thinking the young adults, college students, college graduates, but what we found is our audience is much wider. People in their 40s, 50s who just don't have time.
Well, everyone's getting into the digital age, so there's something to learn whether you're 8 or 80 from this. If you want more information on the Skinny On, we'll hook you up at WTNH.com. Just click on the Good Morning Connecticut Weekend section. Focus on it for a minute or two while you learn about Jim Randel and the Skinny On books. Nice to have you here. And continued success, because this is absolutely some fascinating stuff, especially